days, there are so many aggravating factors that cause our body to depreciate. Stress, environment, lack of sleep, bad diet, and pollution, among others.
And all the medicine that we need.
But according to Dr. Ben, we can actually combat these things or reverse their bad effects by using one of the most accessible tools that we have, food. Hey guys, welcome back to Modern Living TV, and I'm so happy to actually welcome back on Modern Living TV someone we featured on our first season, Dr. Ben Valdecanos.
Thank you for having me.
You know, you were just here in Global Mala, you gave a talk on Plantfoodism.
Yes.
What exactly is this trend or topic?
So Plantfoodism is now a movement wherein you basically put plant-based diet into the treatment or the healing of the individual. All these lifestyle diseases we've been talking about, diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, all these things are not only preventable, they are reversible.
Traditionally, you prevent having it, but once you have it, nobody ever thinks about curing it. According to Dr. Ben, following a strict nutrition program partnered with regular exercise will help the body heal itself faster.
The basic principle to work there is that the body heals itself regardless of age. If you only allow your body to heal itself, give it everything it needs from food to supplements to exercise movements, then it will definitely heal itself.
You shared this earlier, that at a rather young age, you were diagnosed with hypertension.
Well, I had it genetically speaking,
Okay.
so
You are predisposed, right?
yes, I'm genetically predisposed. All diseases are both genetics and environment. But unlike what we doctors used to think, it's mostly environment rather than genetics.
That can trigger it, right?
Correct. Did I eliminate from my diet? One is simple sugars, rice, bread, pasta, because simple sugars, if unburnt or unmetabolized by the body, they are converted to fat.
For Dr. Ben, it's not merely about changing the food that we eat, but changing our lifestyle.
Now as a 28-year-old training surgeon, with all the stress and everything, I was diagnosed to be hypertensive. I was too proud to maintain on medication, so I turned my life around.
But for those who love their meat, don't fret. When we say Plantfoodism, it doesn't mean going totally vegetarian or vegan.
Vegan is, as opposed to vegetarianism, is when they really avoid all meat products or animal products, including milk and dairy,
Yes.
cheeses, etc., etc. Plantfoodism is when they rely heavily on plant-based diets, yes. But it's actually for those who are not ready to embrace this kind of lifestyle. Just do an 80-20%. 80% plant-based and 20% cheeseburgers or fried chicken.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what's most difficult, right? Is how do you incorporate the vegetables to your lifestyle? And even when you eat out, it's so hard to find good
Well,
vegetables.
the first thing that I advise my clients is that what you do is you sit down, look at your diet for the past week that generally describes your usual routine, and start tweaking meal per meal.
We also talked about one of the killer diseases in our country, diabetes. According to Dr. Ben, to combat this disease, you must first understand the kind of sugar that is good and bad for you.
Rice, for example, is one very potent foodstuff in the Filipino diet that can really push us to getting diabetes. Glycemic index of rice is close to table sugar. So 1 tablespoon or each spoonful of rice, you're like eating a spoonful of sugar every time you do that.
1 spoon of rice is 1 spoon of sugar. So we start by eliminating this.
Yes,
right?
you eliminate that. It's not only simple sugars that you have to avoid when you talk about diabetes. You also have to talk about meat products that cause you to deposit cholesterol plaques along your arteries or your blood vessels.
But we can avoid the bad stuff and still enjoy the food that we're used to by choosing healthier alternatives. It's actually better to do if you really do want to eat your rice, brown, whole grain, more fiber,
Yes.
but with vegetables.
With vegetables.
Right?
Brown rice is healthier because it has more fiber, but glycemic index is just a bit lower than white rice. Fortunately, nowadays we have a lot of options instead of eating rice. One is quinoa, which is quite expensive for most people because it's imported. We have locally available adlai, which is more close to the texture and the feel of rice.
Last few words of encouragement for people out there wanting to make that change.
Okay, well, the most difficult step is the first one. So once you commit yourself to modifying your lifestyle, there's actually some sort of some degree of vanity and pride in it. If you're too vain to succumb to illness or maintain on medications, then that will help with the commitment to the modification of the lifestyle.
Thank you so much,
You're
Doc.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.